Hundreds of people watched a woman die in the middle of a city street. Some of them filmed it on their phones, not to send to the police, not to save the footage as evidence. They filmed it the way you'd film a concert to keep for themselves. She hadn't robbed anyone. She hadn't hurt anyone. The accusation that got her killed wasn't even true. This is the story of Farkhunda Malikzada. Farkhunda was born and raised in Kabul, the capital of Afghanistan, in a middle-class, relatively well-educated family. By 2015, she was 27 years old and studying Islamic religious law, not casually interested in faith, but formally trained in it. She wore the hijab, she prayed. She was, by every account from people who knew her, devout. March 19, 2015. Farkhunda was near the Shado Shamshira Mosque, a shrine on the bank of the Kabul River, one of the busiest, most visible religious sites in the city. Outside it, a street vendor was doing what vendors there had done for years, selling amulets and charms to women visiting the shrine, promising luck, protection, blessings. Farkhunda approached him and told him plainly that what he was doing wasn't Islamic, that he was selling superstition to desperate women and calling it religion. She wasn't shouting. She wasn't inciting anyone. She was making a theological argument, the kind she'd been trained to make. He didn't have an answer for that, so he didn't try to win the argument. He ended it. The vendor turned to the men gathering nearby and said Farkhunda had burned a copy of the Quran. It wasn't true. Word spread out from the shrine like a shockwave. Within a short time, dozens of men had gathered. Police actually got to Farkhunda first, and for a moment, it looked like she might survive this. Officers moved her onto the roof of a nearby shed, trying to put distance between her and the crowd below. Men in the crowd began throwing poles and planks of wood up at her until she lost her footing and fell back down into the mob. From there, it stopped being a mob and became something closer to a machine, working through her in stages. She was beaten with sticks and stones. Her hijab was torn off. She was thrown from height. A car ran over her body and dragged her for close to 100 meters through the street. And through all of it, this is the part that's almost impossible to sit with. Dozens of bystanders stood there filming on their phones instead of stepping in. By the time the mob dragged what was left of her toward the Kabul River, she was already dead, or close enough to it that it no longer mattered. They set her on fire anyway. A number of clerics and even some government officials initially suggested she'd gotten what she deserved for insulting the Quran, before investigators had even established that she hadn't touched one.